Up to race number 10, the final race coming out of Sha Tin on Sunday afternoon. It's Class 3 over 1,200 metres, and California Concord is at the top for Karis Teton and Tony Cruz. Of course, Tony Cruz sitting very close to a milestone, 1,399 winners. Flying Season steps up to 1,200 metres from the 1,000 metres. Solid Impact there for Zach Purton. Lucky Quality last start winner, Regency Bobo, with the blinkers off for Ruin Meyer and Danny Shum. Beauty Mission, Luke Curry's picked up the ride there. He's drawn wide. Rev Parisian last start winner, Jolly Ruler. War Weapon in the race as well for Chris So and Vincent Ho. And last start winner, Kaishin Dragon towards the bottom. Let's have a look at the speed map for this final race of the day, and as they jump out of the gates, Rev Parisian here, Nick, might be the leader and might not get too much competition.
Yeah, that's quite possible actually. Obviously we saw what he was able to achieve last time when going forward. He was drawn 6th on that occasion. He gets the same barrier here, so he will, I'm sure, like to press on with things. Solid Impact I don't think will be too far away. He's drawn in 9, so he'll have to just come across from a wider gate. You've got Flying Season, who's been leading down the straight. He also has shown plenty of natural speed. California Concord, another one in there. He's drawn the plum gate here in barrier number 1, so he can certainly get himself into a good spot early, Paul.
Yeah, he just might make Rev Parisian work a bit as well. Flying Season, if he goes on with it, I think there's a spot there for Solid Impact. I think Zach will sum it up. He'll come out, he'll go forward, and he'll be looking either for cover. If he can't get cover, I'm sure he's going to go outside Rev Parisian. So there's options there for Solid Impact, I thought.
OK, so Rev Parisian, maybe Solid Impact getting across as well. We can hear from the rider of Solid Impact, who hasn't been far away recently. The David Hall-trained galloper is to be ridden by Zach Purton.
Zach, Solid Impact is a horse you'll ride again this weekend. He tried hard last time and just couldn't quite get himself past the winner.
Yeah, it was a funny one. Obviously the winner come into it with not much form, and you expect him to take care of a horse like that pretty comfortably, but the winner kept kicking, fought really strongly, and my bloke, like you said, he never gave up. He kept trying, and we got away from the rest of the field, so I think it was a good effort.
Just on sort of the trip for this guy, I mean, you've ridden him 3 times already, 14 a couple of times. It was 1,200 last time. Do you feel that's his better trip, this horse? I
think at the moment he's quite a bold going horse. He really wants to get on with it. When I rode him in the 1400s, he emptied out quite quickly in the straight. And as we've seen last time, over 1,200, he kept trying all the way to the line. So I think 1,200's probably more suitable for him at the moment.
You had to give £6 to the eventual winner, Rev Parisian, last time. You only give him 3 this time around, so he certainly comes in nicely at the weights, this horse, for David Hall.
Yeah, well, all those things help, of course. And then once again, we don't know what we're going to get with the track. So at the end of the day, it'll just come down to what horse can handle the track if it is wet on the day.
Let's delve into that race a little more, the race that Rev Parisian won, and also Solid Impact ran second. We picked them up here from the 600 metres. You can see Solid Impact there, Paul, up on the outside. Beauty Mission just behind them with California Concord on the rail. This day they seem to be sort of winning up on the speed and closer to the fence.
Yeah, so it really did suit Rev Parisian. I think the jockeys will be a little bit more wary of him now because obviously wasn't a fluke. He was a massive price this day, and these 2 horses went clear. £3 better off. I think Solid Impact can actually overturn it now. Back to the 1,200 was the key for this horse. A really good run from him, so I wouldn't be surprised to see him win.
Yeah, I think at the revised weights, it certainly brings the runner-up a lot closer. He doesn't have to get that much closer, does he? I mean, you can see there he's tried in vain, but the winner was just too good at 93 to 1. So I certainly think they'll have his card marked this time around.
Moving on to Lucky Quality now, who's up on the speed here, trailing Fighting Star. These 2 in the end, Paul, got away. What do we read into this?
Yeah, look, I think he had a perfect run here, Lucky Quality. He's going to find this a lot tougher. He's got barrier 3, so he should get himself into a nice enough position, probably 3 back on the inside. But these 2 really cleared out. None of the other horses got into it. So, look, I haven't included him in the end.
No, I couldn't quite find a spot for him either. I think he's probably going to struggle a little bit in this class. He's proven that down through runs previous, but he did get the run of the race and he won it well.
Certainly did. So now, Brilliant Way. Alexi Bedell rides here for John Size. He settled back of midfield. He looked under a fair bit of pressure. I wonder if he was totally comfortable on the ground. It definitely wasn't the worst of runs, Nick. No,
it wasn't at all. He's actually a very nice horse, and I think he's still perhaps a little bit of a work in progress, a little bit of a slow burner, I think. And as you can see, he's just inclined to sort of change his lead a bit on the ground, and he hasn't looked, Paul, as if he fully handled it. Certainly not as well as the winner.
No, definitely not. And look, he's a horse who is still learning, I think. He's been a little bit green in a few of his runs as well. He's right on the cusp for me. I didn't quite get him in, but I wouldn't be surprised if he ran well.
Yeah. Moving on here to War Weapon, Regency Bobo. War Weapon got right off the track here over the final stages. Paul, for me, he's been a disappointing horse. I thought he would have won one by now.
Yeah, look, I agree. And so, look, I haven't included him either. And Regency Bobo's been a great horse down the years, but I think Father Time's catching up with him as well.
Yeah, I'd agree. In fact, last time he actually raced without blinkers was the 21st of May 2017. So the headgear comes off him this time around. But a wonderful horse he has been, and with War Weapon, he's run a nice race. But yeah, jury's out with him a bit.
He's well down on his last mark, is Regency Bobo, 75. Now, this is Kaishan Dragon coming out of the Champions Day meeting again, where they were up on the speed towards the rail. He had trialled well in it coming into this, and nothing got past him.
Yeah, no, it was a very good run. It was a good ride as well, and you know, Blake Shin has seen to it's a good effect, and he's going up in grade. He's got a lightweight. He's had plenty of lameness issues, this horse, but hopefully if they've ironed all of those out, Paul, then he's a horse that you might want to keep on the right side of.
Yeah, look, he barrier 1 that day as well, so he got the perfect run. He's got barrier 8 to contend with now, so it's just a little bit trickier for him as well and up in grade.
Yeah, David Hayes trains him, and he was able to deliver last start, Kaishan Dragon. Okay, gents, 12 going around in this final race. Paul, what do you like?
I do like Solid Impact. I think Solid Impact can turn the tables on Red Parisian. And look, he's got options, I think, Zach. I know it's a little bit tricky on paper, barrier 9, but he's on top, the 4, to beat the 2 Flying Season. The queries, obviously, stepping up to 1,200 for him. Red Parisian, I don't think it was a fluke, but look, the jockey's going to be very wary of him in this race, especially if he does try and dictate from the front. And California Concord, I think he'll get a perfect run from barrier number 1. So 4, 2, 8 and 1.
Yeah, horse 2 for me, Flying Season, I think could be the improver in the race, actually. He runs for the first time up over this trip, and his form over the 1,000 has been pretty good. So I quite like him here, and we'll go with him to take the last. Solid Impact, good run last time, certainly better at the weights with Red Parisian, and I've thrown him in for 3rd. I don't think there's a great deal between them if he can back up that big price win last time. And Beauty Mission, thrown him in as well. String of decent runs recently, though he has been turned over as favourite in his last couple. Gets the cheek pieces going on this time around. 2, 4, 8 and 7.
Solid Impact, currently a 4.1 favourite in the finale at Sha Tin, and what looks to be a very, very open race.